Let me ask you, similarly, if a private citizen were, say, to detonate a nuclear weapon over a city and kill over 140,000 people, and then if that private citizen a few days later detonated another nuclear bomb over another city and killed 75,000 people, could that private citizen be criminally prosecuted?
He would.
Was President Harry Truman prosecuted for detonating nuclear weapons over Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Before we even hit play, I gotta say, this might be one of the cleanest moments I've seen out of Cruz in a judiciary hearing. The guy walks in with receipts. FDR, Truman, Obama, all in the first 2 minutes. You already know where this is going. If you're new here, this is where we break down the biggest moments from Senate hearings, no spin, just real reactions. Today, Cruz goes after the whole unprecedented indictment narrative, and watch how fast the witness starts agreeing with him. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and drop a comment telling me who you think wins this exchange. Let's get into it.
Senator Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The nub of the Democrats' argument today is that the concept of presidential immunity is somehow unprecedented, is somehow remarkable. That claim is utterly ahistorical and disconnected from the entire constitutional history of the Republic. General Mukasey, before 2023, how many times has the President of the United States been indicted?
None.
Before 2023, how many times has a former President of the United States been indicted?
None.
In the last 2 years, how many times has President Donald J. Trump been indicted?
4 times, I believe.
Now, many presidents of both parties have engaged in controversial actions, and yet none of them have been indicted. Let me ask you, General Mukasey, if a private citizen were to erect an internment camp and to forcibly kidnap American citizens, to single them out because of race, and to imprison them based on their race, would that private citizen be subject to criminal prosecution?
Would.
When President Franklin Delano Roosevelt did the exact same thing and erected Japanese internment camps, was FDR prosecuted?
He was not.
Let me ask you, similarly, if a private citizen were, say, to detonate a nuclear weapon over a city and kill over 140,000 people, and then if that private citizen a few days later detonated another nuclear bomb over another city and killed 75,000 people, could that private citizen be criminally prosecuted?
He would.
Was President Harry Truman prosecuted for detonating nuclear weapons over Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
He was not.
All right, how about this? If a private citizen launched a weaponized drone and killed a United States citizen, could that private citizen be criminally prosecuted?
He would.
Was President Barack Obama criminally prosecuted when he killed United States citizens using drones without notice and without due process?
He was not. Although, as far as due process is concerned, I believe the comment of my successor to that question was that Anwar al-Awlaki got, quote, all the process that was necessary.
Well, although I suspect he might disagree with that assessment were he able to present his case.
Right.
All right. Let's contrast that with the rules that govern other federal officials. You were a judge for 19 years. As a federal judge, did you have immunity from your official acts?
For my official act, yes.
Do federal prosecutors have immunity from their official acts?
They do.
Now, the distinction between official acts and personal acts is not a terribly shocking distinction. Under the decision of Trump versus United States, if any president walks onto the sidewalk and just shoots a citizen, is that president liable to be prosecuted?
He is.
How about this? If a president steals funds from his campaign, does that president face criminal liability?
He does.
How about this? If a president sexually assaults, let's say, an intern in the Oval Office, Is the president subject to criminal prosecution for that?
He could be.
So that distinction, again, is not a shocking distinction. The Founding Fathers vested the executive power in a single president of the United States. What we have seen in the last 2 years is we have seen Democrats deliberately weaponizing the Department of Justice and our legal system to target their political opposition. It is not an accident that every indictment against President Trump was brought by a Democrat and was brought after he announced his campaign for President of the United States. Understand, the target of those indictments was not ultimately President Trump, it was the voters. It was prosecutors who were terrified that the voters would choose to reelect President Trump. One of the great things about the United States is we're not a banana republic. Since 2000, the nation of Pakistan has had 6 former prime ministers prosecuted and convicted. Brazil has had 3 former presidents arrested and imprisoned. Last year, Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega arrested, charged, and imprisoned 40 political opponents. General Mukasey, you are Attorney General of the United States. Is it the proper role of the Department of Justice to prosecute and target the political opponents of whoever happens to be President of the United States?
It is most assuredly not.
Thank you.
Senator Bowman.
Okay, let's talk about what we just watched, because that was work. First thing that stood out, Cruz doesn't come out swinging with opinions. He comes out swinging with facts. 0 indictments of a sitting or former president before 2023.
0.
Then Trump gets hit 4 times the second he announces he's running again. You don't need to be a lawyer to see what that timing says. Then the hypotheticals. This is where it gets good. Internment camps, nuclear bombs, drone strikes on American citizens. Every single time, same answer. Not prosecuted. Not prosecuted. Not prosecuted. He's not saying these were good decisions. He's making a point about precedent, and the witness has to confirm it every time. What really got me was the pivot to judges and prosecutors. He gets the witness to admit federal judges have immunity for official acts. Prosecutors, too. So this unprecedented presidential immunity idea suddenly isn't unprecedented at all. It's the same logic already used everywhere else in the system. And can we talk about the personal acts distinction? Cruz makes sure it's on record that a president can still be prosecuted for personal crimes.
Shooting someone.
Stealing campaign money. Assault. So this isn't some president can do anything argument like the other side keeps pushing. It's about official acts versus personal conduct, and that distinction gets buried every time this debate hits TV. Then the ending. Pakistan, Brazil, Nicaragua, all jailing political opposition. That's the mic drop for me. Strip away the noise, and the real question is simple. Should the Justice Department ever be used against whoever the sitting government doesn't like? Even the witness has to say, most assuredly not. That's the clip. Cruz didn't yell, didn't grandstand. He just built the argument piece by piece, and let the witness confirm every piece himself. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this. More judiciary clips coming this week.